people's choices.
The City Boy movement was established in 2022 ahead of the 2023 election to support basically President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And it has since then evolved into an organization. It's elite finance, it's elite backed, it's elite resource. And it exists in 774 local governments. So what you find, therefore, is that it's the civil society equivalent of the governors of 31 states. It's 31 states that have dissolved into the APC. And then you have in the 774 local governments, the grassroots movement championed by the president's son, that's Sheyi Tinubu. So it's a grassroots organization, and they are well organized. But the village boy movement emerged among those who are opposed to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Their area of operation is largely the internet. They don't have any financing that you can say is as structured as that of the city movement. They are driven mostly by enthusiasm. It is a volunteer movement. And then it is peopled mostly by the obedience, the obedient philosophy, if you define it. So, but the INEC, having said, okay, now there is an election timetable, there is a schedule of activities, you must always expect that if you have this side, you will always have that side. And I think it's good for democracy that all opinions, all shades of opinions are allowed to play.
Rufai, please, very quickly. We have an important story that we need to.
You see, there's a lot of delusion in Nigerian politics. And the number one delusion is that people think money is everything. And when people start to espouse this delusion, I look at them and I laugh. Too much delusion. Secondly, there's a lot of delusion when people think that what they ought to tackle, if they don't tackle it, elections will go as planned. They think they have to tackle, rather than talking about movement or no movement, is the question I asked Senator Ned Damaswe today. We IRF the justiciable. See, if you can't answer that question, we are just deluding ourselves. It's the delusion that will now make it obvious when a glitch happens again in 2027 and they manipulate the system. And why I deliberately talked about money? Because you see, we all saw how money failed in the last election. Why we are calling for transparency? Because we know one too many times, money also fails.
Very valid
It
points.
is the pain of the Nigerian people that aroused people to vote.
Yeah.
They shared money during the last election. They shared money. But money failed. The people spoke. So for people that think money is everything, they should continue the delusion. We'll see them.
We just want the people
irony
to speak.
is that the city boys are the ones going to feed the village boys.
Well, we're going to...
That's the irony.
I think it's a debate that we're going to continue to have.
You saw the representative of the village boys.
We're going to continue to have that. So I think at the end of the day...
the city boys will feed them.
They will feed them. They will eat and go and have the strength to go and vote for who they want to vote for. The village boys will also argue that they are self-sustaining hustlers. They're self-sustaining hustlers who are also figuring out how to make things come together. So
Hello, everyone. Well, you just watched that, and it is Reuben Abati versus, Oseni Rufai on the issue of village and city boys, or city and village boys. And even just looking at it, just hearing the way Reuben Abati spoke, it reminded me of Professor Patitomi, who took on Shehu Okimbaloye and other journalists, in the way that they frame their narratives, ask their questions and all of that. What do you mean by there are people who are opposed to Tinubu? I mean, what is in Tinubu that anybody needs to oppose to? And to come out to say that, oh, they are merely only operational on the spaces and stuff like that. The city boys are going to feed the village boys. He has already made up his mind and he knows who he is. But isn't it ironic that even on that table, he can easily see who is even more outnumbered? Is it those that are talking for the city boys or those that are talking, for the village boys. And I totally agree with, Oseni Rufai did say one of the things in politics is that a lot of people just think that it's money, 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 and more money that is going to solve everything. It never is. And passion has a huge place and a huge role that it plays. And whereas the city boys, arranged by some, put together, whatever has gone, you saw how organically the village boys sort of has sprung up and are out there. And usually what normally happens with that is that people take so much passion and they take ownership of things like this, and you see them giving their all beyond what anybody can actually think of. That's the difference. That's what passion can do. And also people have a saying where they say that no, how do they put it? That's something that you are the one who made yourself to do it. It's self-motivated. You take ownership of it. You tend to do it even more than, something that is of worship, because this is the one that you are the one who are making yourself, do this. But as usual, Reuben Abati will always be Reuben Abati. And there's a way that he talks about this thing in a way that it's so disingenuous. I've said that several times, in a very dismissive manner, offhanded, short something that feels that certain things are not what it is. But anyway, in 2022, they said more than this about the obedient movement. And it's not surprising that they're saying all of this again. It's only a matter of time, right? Let's all sit down and all see. But in the midst of this all is to ask, why is anyone afraid of real-time electronic transmission of results? If it's sure for them, why is there so much fight over the amendment of the Electoral Act? It shows that some people are jittery. They know that whatever nonsense that they're doing, they have lost, or they never even had the support of the people. The few ones that were on the side have, left that particular side. And what they're doing now is to look for who is it that they can bully, who is it that they can pay. And if they are not even able to pay the people enough, is to try to get governors in and give themselves an illusion of power. But anyway, like Oseni Rufai did say, some people can continue to live in their world of illusion where they think that they are the all and all. But at the end of the day, we will see who really owns the structure, or who is the structure. Is it those who are there who think, as you say they are feeding the audacity of the arrogance? No, Allah, we shall see by the grace of God. Thank you for watching.